As I said earlier in some of my other videos and in the channel description, before I go online to look up any solutions, I try to figure them out on my own, and I haven't had any times where I was unable to figure it out. It might have taken me a long time, but I still was able to figure it out and not go online. And this video is going to try to explain to you how I figured out this 4x4 PLL parity. I guess that's what a good name for it, PLL parity. That's generally when I would do it. It's when you need to swap these pieces with these pieces in the back. And I was stuck on this for a little while, and I went back to the 3x3 and I said, okay, well, what can I do to swap these two? So if I put them on the bottom and spin the top twice and put them back on top and spin twice, it's going to flip them, but it's also going to flip these ones. And I was playing around with it for some time, and I said, you know, I could probably do something similar on this, but instead of flipping both of these, I'm just going to flip one. So let's run the actual edge parity here for PLL and see what happens, just to get it back to normal. So what I originally started doing was just flipping this one right here. I flipped the top two, just like I did on this one. I said, there is some similarities and there is some differences. So I kept going. Said I'm going to run it again. Well, what if I did that on this one again? So what if I flipped it 2 more times? You're going to notice the front and the back did swap, except I had a little problem here. So I did figure out a way to switch the front and back, but then I had to figure out a way to fix these. So I said I'm going to keep going with it just to see what happens. And I finally got back to normal, which will eventually happen on this one as well. So the problem came up that these ones kind of got goofed up. So let's start and find out what happens. Why do they get goofed up? Now, this is kind of where they get goofed up a little bit. I'm going to flip the top twice, just like I normally would. And I'm going to flip these ones, and that's going to get my pair. But look at what happened. That happened. So what I'm going to do before I flip that is the following. And here's why I'm going to do it. You're going to notice I have blues here and greens back here. So I really don't care too much about these side pieces right now. But if I flip this piece beforehand, notice I have green, blue, and on this one I have blue, green. So if I were to run this guy onto the top, it would be green, blue, green, blue. And if I ran it again, I'd have a match. So now when I went to run this one will come around and match the front, and this one will come around and match the back. So not only am I pairing these ones up, but I got these ones paired up in the back as well. So all I needed to do from here was flip this band, because this whole band was green here and this whole band was blue here, and that will fix it. That's how I came up with the PLL parity for 4x4. It did take me a little bit of time, but I wouldn't have been able to do it unless I was taking a more familiar puzzle, and I took some site, I believe it's called ALG, alg.cubing.net, I think, and it allowed me to play around with a 4x4 cube that was virtual and just press the reset button on it. Once again, the parity fix is 2 times up, over, 2 times up. Now we're going to push it over again, but we're going to push this one to compensate for what's going to happen in a bit. Because if I just flip it now, look what I got. It's not good. Blue green. Blue green. Now I can flip and just fix that band now. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was a journey for me trying to figure that out, and I really urge you guys to try to figure out why some of these things work for you, even if you already know the algorithm. And if you're really more into the puzzle solving, don't go online immediately. You know, take your best crack at it first and have a little bit of fun with it. The 99% of us aren't even going to go to a competition, and there's a large percentage of people that don't even care about how quickly they can solve these things. So at the end of the day, guys, give it a try. It is a puzzle, and a puzzle isn't much of a puzzle if you just look up the answer to it. Guys, have a great night.